What's up with you guys, man? It is SmackTalk, and today we're going to take an in-depth review of the Dallas Cowboys schedule for 2023. And guys, when I say this schedule is pretty tough, it is pretty tough. Dallas Cowboy Nation, we need to stand up as a fan base, and we need to get ready for a very, very tough season, because after this bye week in week 7, man, we have a lot of games going into the playoffs, if that's the case. And man, I am very, very, very timid on the feedback that I've been getting from Dallas Cowboy Nation from, you know what I mean, just this season alone. But what's important is that the Dallas Cowboys can go 14-3 this season with a little bit of sauce. All you have to do is have a little bit of sauce. That's it. So we're going to take this away, and we're going to start off with the first week. We have prime time versus Mr. Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley in New York. Okay, starting the game off. Okay, I am going to go ahead and put a big fat W up top, because Dak Prescott, man, he's not the one. He's really not the one that is going to, let New York run over him. Don't get me wrong. This guy, I feel like this guy has been amazing. He has been very amazing against the NFC East. This guy has a 27-7 record versus the NFC East, guys. So I want you to think about that. Take that into consideration when we're going up against NFC East opponents, okay? So with that being said, let's move it on to the second week. We got Sunday, September 17th versus the New York Jets. Now, the rebuilt New York Jets, guys. Let's think about this. So, because you got Aaron Rodgers, right? You got Allen Lazard. You got Randall Cobb for the offense. You got Sauce Gardner over there on the defensive side of the ball. So this will be a very tough matchup. I really feel this will be a very tough matchup. I say that we do come out on top, because Aaron Rodgers will have to get comfortable being a Jet. So I say we come out on top, and we're at 2-0. And moving on to week 3, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, guys, we all know they kind of fell apart. In my opinion, they kind of fell apart. We got them Sunday, September 24th, 3:25 on Fox at Arizona. I feel like that's another dub, starting the season off right with 3-0. Moving on to week 4 versus the New England Patriots. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. When we played the New England Patriots, there was a very, very tough landslide for us to accomplish that win. We got it done in overtime, but hey, that's what counts. That's what counts, as long as you're getting it done. Now, the New England Patriots are rebuilding in their team as well. I really don't see Mac Jones doing too much with the Dallas Cowboys, so I'm going to go ahead and say a dub over the New England Patriots as well, starting the season off 4-0. Now, big time, prime time game, Sunday night game versus the San Francisco 49ers. Okay, now this is a rematch. This is a rematch from the divisional round playoffs going into the NFC Championship. And when I say that the Dallas Cowboys are most likely going to stomp on these guys, man, I really feel like Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, and Dan Quinn, they have things figured out. And with them going, all you have to do is go look at the film, man. And I'm pretty sure they've done that about 5 times, okay? So with them going to look at that film, they know what they need to do. They know, okay? So I'm going with another dub against the San Francisco 49ers, starting the season off 5-0. Now, Monday Night Football, we got the Los Angeles Chargers, okay? 7:15 primetime game. I'm going another win here, starting the season off strong, 6-0, okay, before the bye week. The bye week comes early, which I don't like. I don't like. In my opinion, guys, why are you giving us a bye week this early? But that's okay. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep it pushing. After that bye week, we're going to we're staying at home versus the Los Angeles Rams at noon. That's another dub. That's 7-0. Okay. 7-0 versus Philly. Me personally, the next game, week 9 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't see Philadelphia beating us this year. I personally do not see Philadelphia beating us this year, guys. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I just feel like they fell apart from being that type of team that can sweep players in the NFC. Sweep teams in the NFC East. But don't forget, guys, they have great talent on their side of the ball. But what I am going to say here, and I'm going to leave this here, okay? Both of the teams last year played without their starting quarterback at least one time, okay? And we went 1-1. But in my opinion, with Cooper Rush being in there, filling in for Dak Prescott at that moment in time, guys, we should have beat them as well that day as well. You know what I mean? Because with that, if Dak Prescott was in there, we put up 40 on one of the best defenses in the NFL, guys. So I don't see us losing to the Philadelphia Eagles. I say week 9, we get that dub too. We're starting off a good 8-0, guys. Okay. Now going back, week 10 versus the New York Giants at home. All right. So, hey, this is another dub for me, honestly. I don't see New York beating us at all, guys. It's another dub. Going with 9-0. Now, versus the Carolina Panthers. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. The Carolina Panthers have not been a great football team, but I feel like this year they won't be a pushover. So we're going to have to fight very hard in the Carolina game Sunday, November 19th, week 11. And I feel like that's going to be a very close game, and we might lose by a field goal, unfortunately. So I'm going to go a loss at Carolina there. So right now we're at 8-1 roughly. So we moving on to week 12 versus the Washington Commanders. All right. That's a win. Week 13 versus the Seattle Seahawks. That's a win. Week 14 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I told you that the Philadelphia Eagles will not win one this year in the NFC East against the Dallas Cowboys. So I'm going to win there. Now, these 2 weeks are the biggest weeks, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is because we're at Buffalo and at Miami 2 weeks in a row, okay? Now, think about this. Buffalo, December 17th, it's going to be cold, okay? Now, we can all hope that the weather's not super crazy, but hey, you never know in Buffalo Bills Stadium, because they have it to where you'll be terrified going in there. You'd be terrified. It'd be snowing. It'd be snow on the ground. It's freezing. Dallas is not used to that type of environment, guys. But I am going with my boys over Buffalo, okay, during week 15 when it matters most. When it matters most, I got my boys over the Buffalo Bills. And then we're moving on to week 16. Now, Miami Dolphins, don't get me wrong. They have some weapons. They have Tua. They have Tyreek Hill. But I personally don't see them. I don't see them beating Dak Prescott offense. Now, don't get me wrong. We'll have a long time to tell how the Miami defense is and how everything works out in Miami. But me personally, man, I don't see Dak Prescott losing to Miami or Dan Quinn in general. Like Dan Quinn might even dial up the threat. He might even, I just don't see that happening. Okay. So, and then we got Detroit, week 17. That's a win. Then we got Washington again, last week of the season. That's a win. Okay. So if you want me to be honest here, guys, if you want me to be honest, right? Our overall schedule is pretty tough. Okay. But the thing about it is that we can come out on top. And with my predictions, I'm going to leave this here, guys. Okay. I'm going to leave this here. The Dallas Cowboys will finish the 2023 season approximately 14-3. Now, don't get me wrong. I may not have said those losses while going over the schedule because things change. Things change. People, things get mixed around. Okay. We have bad games. It could be anything that goes wrong. But I am given the benefit of the doubt of at least losing 3 games this season. And one of them is versus the Carolina Panthers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Miami Dolphins. I see us possibly losing those games. It's possibly not. I'm not going to just go out on the limb like, nah, we're going to lose those. Nah, possibly. Because I really don't see, if you look at the numbers, man, we can hang with any of these teams. Okay, so I'm going with 14-3. And if you are enjoying the content, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and please do not forget, follow me on all social medias. It's going to be linked down below. And I want to appreciate you guys for tuning in to SmackTalk. We outro.